All right, so guys, welcome to this next session, the second episode of the Football Clubhouse. We bring you raw footage of what we do in this virtual clubhouse that we have. So we have three topics we are going to talk about, which is the 34th time Real Madrid lifts the La Liga, the top 4 PL race, and the FA Cup ties. So let's start off with the La Liga title that Real Madrid won. So I would start with Nishant Saha on what are your views regarding Barcelona's performance this season. I'm not talking about Real Madrid because they were too good. Barcelona without Messi or with Messi, what are the things that might pan out in the next season or in this season? What went wrong?
Basically, the whole Barcelona board doesn't fit right at this moment. The management is awful right now. You can clearly see in the matches a few weeks ago where Messi completely ignores whatever Bier says. So it's like they have no communication in between. Even when the Messi scored the free kick last day, everybody saw his celebration. So it's very evident that that one person is frustrated performing. It's like the Argentina situation all over again.
Exactly.
So it's too Messi dependent.
All right. So, Ruptirtha, what do you think about
I mean, to be fair, it's only a single club where I see a person is being put forward more than the club. I mean, we had players like Thierry and Dennis Bergkamp playing, but they also even said that the club comes first and then the players. But in here, the club is more surrounded around Messi. I know he's GOAT and what, and it is still an arguable thing. But I really like a post I saw today.
It's an 11-man game. At the end of the day.
But I also, this is a chance for calling out few of the Barcelona fans, because I saw a post that is a bit realistic, which says that even if you don't see a Barcelona game, if you wake up the next morning and see there is no talk about any red card, any penalties, any VAR decision, then you know that Barcelona has already won the match. I mean, as a Barcelona fan, if I would have been a Barcelona fan, just coming second in La Liga or not winning UCL is not the actual thing. If you see a football match, I don't see fight in there, to be honest.
Yes, even that's something I would like to add on, because the team, the players, the average of age of those players are not at the right age, definitely not. And at the end, you're depending on Messi, and the rest of the team has no fight in them. They don't want to win. They simply do not want to win.
I understand the fact that you're trying to point out, but Barcelona has been a team that has been centralized around a single player right from the time of Ronaldinho. You talk about Messi, and before that, what's the name of that Brazilian man? What used to play for? Yeah. So it has always been centered around a single thing. It's not something like Bayern Munich where you get the whole team, or the German team where everybody comes in and play. So this has been a pain point, and in modern football, you can't just concentrate the whole thing around a single player, be it Ronaldo, Messi, or Neymar. So this is the only pain point, and moreover, I mean, Barcelona needs to start from scratch. I mean, if you pick out, I mean, I see many people saying that Barcelona is not about Messi, but if you see the real situation that came up in the last 1.5 years, Messi has been pulling up Barcelona right from the graves, bro. Right. And that is not acceptable. You're Barcelona. You have to, like, if we face Barcelona tomorrow, me as an Arsenal fan, I won't be worried. Like, oh my God, it's Barcelona. It will be Messi, Suarez. Nah, bro. I'm going for it. We defeated the fucking champions, bro. I'm going for it.
All right. So we have a new face today, which is Nilakash Basu. So what do you think about this victory?
I completely agree with Nishant and Ruptirtha, but there is another point I would like to add. That is, Barcelona, like Chelsea, like us, these two teams, they both lack a leader. Messi is the captain, but he is not a leader. He is not a good leader. You have to have a leader who will lead from the back.
Not necessarily from the back, I guess. Not necessarily from the back. Someone who's going to pull the team up.
Yeah. Yes, Barcelona actually lack a player like Puyol.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We actually lack a player like John Terry. Cesar Azpilicueta is not a very good captain. He's not a very good leader. But John Terry was. These two teams actually lack leadership. I don't find that zeal in that Barcelona team when they go 1-0 or 2-0 down. I don't find that zeal in them to again after conceding again scored the goals like a team game. Adds Ruptirtha added that the whole team is centralized around one player, and that is not like a team game.
Right. Avik,
So-
what do you have to say about this?
I like to add another point. That is the thing. I don't get the signings of Barcelona. I mean, what they think when they sign a player. First, you sell Arthur Melo, then you bring Pjanic, who is a much older player. Means they are not ready for the fact that when players like Messi, Busquets, when they leave the club, what will be the situation of the club after that? Because right now the situation is very dreadful. So you have to sign players. You have to sign good players because they are signing players like Pjanic. They are selling players. They are now going for Neymar, again going for another player. So that is a very dreadful fact. You have to sign players. You have to get some good players. You have to get some young players, not the old players. Barcelona is a team which is now comprising of many old players. So you have to bring some substitutes, right? Because they are now screaming Ansu Fati, but I don't know, after 2 to 3 years later, they will sell Ansu Fati also. So you have to bring some new players in the game. That is my point.
I slightly disagree with the point because the players that Barcelona have right now, those players are more than enough capable to beat a team like Osasuna. So it's not about
the thing is that
so
the
it's
thing is
actually
that
not about the signings. Yeah, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
the thing is that they lack a good defense. Barcelona, they are not well in the defensive areas. PK is very above mediocrity. PK is not a player. We don't expect performances like that from PK. And the best player in Barcelona defense is undoubtedly the one who plays beside PK. Just
Lenglet.
waiting for Lenglet, yes. Lenglet. Yeah, and he's the only consistent player in the squad.
Tell me something.
Is-
If today I ask you to pick the Spain squad for 2000 for the next year Euros, will you include
Yes.
PK?
Yes, I have to include PK because
Experience matters.
If a player is more than capable to play in an international level in that kind of tournament, I won't give that player an adjective of mediocre. Because if you are mediocre, you are not capable enough to play in a Spain national team. So if he's playing in the Spain national
he will be
He's
playing in the
not.
Spain national team because of his
Should not.
experiences.
He should not. In 2022, if they play PK, they are going to
Actually-
concede same side goals. He's
Yes,
going to
yes,
score
yes, yes.
headers and he's going to score long distance same side goals, man. He's not going to
I
defend.
I think he is lacking some confidence. I think he's lacking some confidence. He has a huge experience. He is playing for that side for more than 10 years, I guess, for more than 10 to 12 years.
Well, look at
I
Ramos.
think
Look at Ramos, what he did. After the lockdown, he has been in a different level. He has been
He's
serving the
one-
team. Even Benzema, come on, man. The way that he has played, he has scored 21 goals this season, I guess.
Actually, if you look into all the seasons very deeply, Benzema has performed more or less the same.
Yeah.
His performance is more or less the same. He has got goals in this season because he was a sole forward. There was no Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right, that's a
But
valid
when
point.
yes, but when Ronaldo wasn't there, why Ronaldo got so many goals? Because of Benzema. Benzema was making spaces in the attacking half. Benzema was actually giving Ronaldo.
We are not talking about Ronaldo here because he's in a completely different league, literally in a different league. But
yes, I'm just specifying that Benzema has continued this performance for more than 2, 3, or 4 seasons. He's playing like this only.
Yeah, he has been this for the whole time he has been in Real Madrid. But then
Yes,
I would
he has
ask
just changed
each and every one of you. That who is the Real Madrid player of the season for you? This
Sergio
season.
Ramos.
Who else?
I mean, this is a question. This is a question like in which direction sun rises. Come on, bro.
It's obviously Sergio Ramos.
It's obviously
But,
Sergio Ramos.
but in addition with Sergio Ramos, there is a player Casemiro. Without him, the Real Madrid team will be at a very big loss because Casemiro is a type of player whose replacement Real Madrid doesn't have right now.
I'll even opt Courtois in it because he had some 20 plus odd clean sheets in the whole
18 clean
18 clean
sheets.
sheets.
18 clean
18
sheets,
clean
right?
sheets.
18 clean sheets.
Yes, he has been
20
phenomenal.
goals scored, considered something like that. He has been amazing. He was
So,
pivotal in
be a
yesterday's
contender as well.
victory. All right, so now let's talk about the top 4 race in the Premier League. So, guys, take it over.
So before we start on, I want to say 2 things. Number one is rest in peace, Sir George's brother, bro. We all heard what happened.
Yeah.
We all heard what happened.
That was a pathetic shooting, man.
Humanity comes before rivalry anyway.
Man.
And second of all, UEFA, you're a fucking joke. I mean, Avishek, you as a head of Quadcober,
Hey, I'm
hold
not the
much
head
more
of
pride
Quadcober.
I mean, whoever you are, you hold much more pride than the fucking UEFA president right there. So it's a disgrace. I mean, people were saying that Man City wasn't aware of this decision or whatever is happening months before the actual decision took place. You see the game where, what was that game? Man City against something that's 3 weeks back. So Pep said that he was quite sure like they are going to go down in UCL. Coming the Southampton game, that's after just 2 match weeks, he comes up and says that yesterday I had a great sleep because I know that we will be staying in the UCL. Come on, bro. I know you're bald, but you have brain. You have brain, right? You can speak shit like this being a manager of Man City. And they even reduced the amount to 10 million. I mean, 10 million, any
From 30 million to 10 million, yes.
30
That 10
million
million is for the whole fine is waived off. That 10 million is for not cooperating with UEFA.
Come on, man. 10 million, all those owners throw away those 10 million in strip clubs, bro. That's not acceptable.
But the actual verdict was passed by the CAS, not UEFA, right? The actual verdict that the decision they passed, it was passed by the CAS. You can tell that then CAS is corrupt. I know UEFA is corrupt. I know that.
Bro,
but
we stay in a country where 50% of the country is corrupt. We know
let's not talk
UEFA
about
is
that.
corrupt. We know UEFA is corrupt. We know UEFA is shit.
I can see Ruptirtha fighting for Man United fans. Okay, continue.
All right, so now let's talk about the top 4. The first one, we're not talking about that. But then after that, we should.
We should. No, we should. Nishant is highly interested in the first.
We should. But I don't think they're going to come second,
No.
Nilakash.
We have covered that before. You were not there, so
Yeah. So now let's start off with Chelsea. Let's start off with Chelsea. Chelsea has 63 points. They're definitely not going to come second. Of course not. Then we have Leicester with 62 and Man United with 62. That's the real fight. 4th versus 5th. That's the real fight. So Man United is going to play West Ham and then it's going to be Leicester City. And for Leicester City, it's going to be Tottenham, and then it's going to be Man United. So, do you think Leicester is going to drop points against Mourinho's side?
I don't think so. I personally don't think so because Tottenham these days have not been up to the mark. They have not played a good game against Arsenal, which they won. So I don't know how.
I'll come up later.
But Arsenal did defeat Liverpool, right?
I don't know how.
That's 3,000 more plans for Hector Bellerin.
North London Derby was all Arsenal playing. I don't know how. From where Spurs got those 2 goals, from where they got it. Okay, so no matter what, Spurs have been a very bad.
See at Kolasinac.
Nishant, do you remember that thing you sent me? That why Kolasinac is still in the team of Arsenal?
Oh yeah. I WhatsApped Abhishek a joke saying Kolasinac is still in the team because everybody is too scared to ask him to leave.
It's true.
Of course. Can you check and say me the name who assisted Nicolas Pepe against the goal against Man United? I would love to hear the name.
Search. I don't remember.
It was Kolasinac, bro. It was Kolasinac who assisted Pepe with the against the Man United.
Okay, but does it change the fact that
it happens. Football is a dirty game, bro. It happens. I mean, we saw arguably EPL's best defender doing that kind of mistake in Arsenal versus
Yeah.
Liverpool game. It happens. It
Yeah, man.
happens.
All right. So, do you think Chelsea is going to drop points?
Against Liverpool, it's very tough. It's very, very tough because
Yeah. After what Arsenal did, do you think you can repeat the same thing?
right now it's a very difficult task. We are just now focusing on the match tomorrow, but we have two big games like Man United and Liverpool, and I don't know what will happen against Liverpool because these kind of shitty performances in defense, I just can't. Like last match against I think West Ham, I was WhatsApping Nishant. We were having a conversation, and I was just telling him, "Look at Cesar Azpilicueta's defending. Just he had no. I don't know what the hell he was doing during that set piece.
All Chelsea fans are rant boys or what? Angry rantmans or what?
No, actually, we are very disgusted upon our defensive performances. We see Hakim Ziyech is there in the team. Christian Pulisic is also doing very good. Timo
Hakim
Werner
Ziyech
will
can't
be
play
there.
this season, right? If I'm not wrong.
I'm just focusing on the next season. I'm just telling.
In next
Yeah.
season, your defense, the difference between your defense and the attack is like difference between Pentagon and Babluda's Chai Dukan. That's the difference.
Yes, exactly. You and Chelsea is now focusing on signing Kai Havertz. Now I don't know when they will sign some experienced defender. We should have signed Soyuncu. I don't know. Soyuncu is a very good defender. He's now a very good defender, and he has leadership-like qualities. We don't see leadership-like qualities in Zuma, neither in Rudiger nor in Christensen. They are like, let the ball come, we will clear it. Let it come, we will do it. And in Bengali, we call it "Hocche holo hoye gelo," like that. Or we don't fight that. We don't actually find that fighting strength in them. And Cesar Azpilicueta is unable to lead from the back. He's not being able to. And Kepa is like, oh my god, man. I don't know. And then the match against Bayern, I don't know what will happen. But football is unpredictable. It's totally unpredictable. Anything can happen.
Chelsea won't win. Still Chelsea won't win.
Yes, the equations don't go for us. The equations don't go for us.
After Liverpool, you have Wolves, right?
Yes, we
Match.
We have brought points against teams like Sheffield. Sheffield played brilliantly.
So there might be a chance. There might be a chance that Leicester and Man United both go up in the top 4, and Chelsea might come down. There still is a chance. Practically, there is.
There
Considering
is
the defensive mistakes that Chelsea has been doing for a couple of matches.
And most importantly, Kante is not there in the team. Right.
So you're missing your engine there.
Yes, we are not only missing our engine. We are missing the best player in the team. We are actually missing the best
Hazard left. Yeah.
Yes, Kante is now the best player in the team, and I think he's the most crucial player in the team. There are different players. There are different players. There are different sorts of players. There can be best. There can be the most crucial player, and like that. But Kante is both.
All right. So now, you guys also have a tie in the FA Cup. So you said you're probably focusing more on the FA Cup at the moment. So how do you think that's going to pan out for you? It's today Liverpool is going to face.
Liverpool is out of the FA Cup, bro.
Sorry, not Liverpool. Arsenal is going to face Man City, and tomorrow 10:35 or 10:25, it's United versus Chelsea. 10:30 to be specific. So your predictions for today, for the next round?
Today Arsenal
3-0 City.
Yeah. Arsenal
3-0 City.
All right, 3-0 City. Avik Lagash for the first match, Arsenal versus City. What do you think?
2-0 City.
2-0 City. Loses or wins?
Wins.
All right. Nishant,
2-1 Arsenal.
I'll go for that after what happened against Liverpool. You never know. But that's Pep, so I'm sure he's going to prepare in a different way.
But then it's Pep and Pep's baby boy, Arteta.
Yeah, that's the thing too. All right, so the next match, Chelsea versus United. I think it's going to go down to the wire, and I think it's going to go to the extra time. But then Man United is actually in a better form. If you consider the number of points since Bruno came in, I was just.
They have a better squad. They have
Yeah?
a better squad depth. They have a better squad depth right now. They have a very good defense.
We don't
Yeah.
have a
They have
left
a
back,
very
bro.
good defense.
We don't have a left
Yeah.
back. We don't have a left back. Our left back and backup left back both are injured.
Yeah, I know, but you are in the mood. Man United is now in the mood. Okay, Chelsea is lacking that. Chelsea is actually lacking a form or a zeal to fight against big teams. I don't see a win tomorrow. Being a Chelsea fan, I'm very realistic. I know Chelsea fans will curse me there for this, but I'm very realistic in this case.
Don't they
And
anyway?
honest, talking about moods, since we are the kings of FA Cup, so I will say this: the last time we won the FA Cup, we beat Chelsea 2-1 in extra time, and in that season, Chelsea was the champions of EPL. So they got the champions, they got the EPL champions. They come to face us, and the year we won, we defeated Man City in the semi-final, and then Chelsea in the finals. So everybody, almost the whole world thought that yes, Chelsea is winning the FA Cup, Chelsea is winning the league and everything, and we know what happened. So in the FA Cup or in any cup games, to be fair, so the form, the form the player in, the goal scoring form or the team, the mood, everything goes out of the window. So it's just the nerves that play a role. So we actually don't know.
Yeah, but now let's take for the FA Cup. Let's take one match at a time. Let's start with the Arsenal versus City. What are the things, Avik, that do you think City is going to face problems in?
As usual, the defense is our very problematic. As I have seen the Liverpool making mistakes, the same mistakes City have also done. So yeah, the defense could be a very big factor for us. But still, we will play the counter, and as usual, we will play the tiki taka and the position football. So let's see what happens, and KDB will be a very important factor for us. So let's see how he plays. And I like to see Foden starting the
Yeah,
lineup.
Foden has been
Because
brilliant. Foden has been
Foden
brilliant
has
this
been
season.
absolutely brilliant. Foden and Sterling after lockdown. What happened to Sterling? Oh, baap re baap. That is brilliant. I like to see Foden and Sterling in the starting lineup, and then it is Arsenal, the thing they are doing right now, beating Liverpool, baap re baap. So yeah, it will be a good match after all.
So,
It's a good day for football fans.
Ruptirtha, what do you think? What are the problems you are going to face against Man City? The weak points or places you think the team should improve?
We discussed about the same question last week, and I was like, yeah, City is going to win easily and stuff.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
But you know what? After the Tuesday's game, I was like, okay, let's go for it. But you know what? What I think is the Tuesday's win was more instigated by the loss at our NLD. You know, when a player loses and we loses a derby, he always looks for a good response in any game that's next. And it was next Liverpool. And after Liverpool actually created that first goal and scored it so well by my best player of the PL, Sadio Mane, I thought that they are going to rush through us, bro. But then, I mean, I don't know, we claim Van Dijk to be, I know mistakes happen, but I am against the reaction that he gave after he gave that literally a good dissecting through ball to Alexander. I mean, Van Dijk's chest size is more than Reece Nelson's waist size. And you claim that a foul. Nah, bro, I'm not taking that. So, yeah, and I mean, what I think is they made mistakes, but the mistakes fell to the right person. Because I'm sure on that second mistake, if it was Reece or Pepe down that right, they would have sure faulted that. I'm sure they would have faulted that. Only because it was the most expensive forward in there, Lacazette. And it was a brilliant finish by Reece, not taking away any credit, bigger for his first PL goal. But you know what? this will be a different game altogether because they were not clinical up in the front. They had, Kieran Tierney had literally Salah in his pocket. So, but, we are facing Mahrez next. So,
Right.
but
he is actually troublesome. He's mischievous down the right side.
Kieran Tierney has kept quite the likes of Adama Traore, the likes of Salah. So, I'm really interested in what the back three that Arteta gonna put out because personally, I don't want Sead Kolasinac in there. If you really want to play him in the left wide, not in that back three.
Right.
I want to see Rob holding, but it is what it is. Arsenal defense is always a big problem in there. But
Right, so let's move on to the next match.
The counters. Yeah.
So, Milakas, what do you think? What are the problems you might face against Man United?
Now every team in PL has analyzed our mistakes, our weak points.
Yes,
It's
even
just that
German
Chelsea-
teams.
Yeah, and the most important thing is that Chelsea maintains possession but cannot make any chances out of it.
Right.
Against Sheffield, we were maintaining above 78% possession, but we couldn't make any attempts to the goal. If the opposition defense or the opposition team fully contains us, so we are facing difficulties over there. We are just passing to the defenders. Jorginho is not making any forward passes. Jorginho is getting the ball, passing back to the defenders. The defenders are passing back to Kepa. And I was like, Kepa, now pass back to the goal. And I was like, just like this. And then Kepa is again passing to Zuma, and Zuma then passing to Christensen to Aspilicueta to Christensen. And this is like this. And
Kepa passing
the ball is
back to goal. Kepa is the
that was
goalkeeper,
sarcasm.
isn't it? Okay.
That was a sarcasm. That was a sarcasm. Obviously.
Right.
I was like that. No, just pass it to the goal. Just score an own goal right now. And I was like this, and they are not moving forward. When the ball is playing from the defense, I can only find Jorginho claiming the ball from the defense. I cannot find Kovacic. There is no Mount. They are all upwards. When you are making the game from the back, you ought to move towards your defense part so that you can make opposition players come to you and make spaces for the wings or the forwards. Then you can make lob throughs. Then you can make long passes. Right. I cannot see that game play in Chelsea, and that's so demotivating. And yeah, it's really is. And Man United will make a lot of opportunities from them.
Alright, so that brings me to Nishant Shah. What do you think? What are the problems you might face against Chelsea? I think the attack might cause a little problem, but what do you think?
Yeah, basically they have a good attack right now, and with with the injury of Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams in the same game, that was like horrifying. Though Tuanzebe played Fosu Mensah played the last game and he was pretty composed, but then this is Chelsea and it's always a big game, right?
Yeah.
And moreover, we have been playing the same squad for the 5 games at a stretch, and players are absolutely exhausted and fatigued. Even in the last game, you can clearly see Bruno running out of breath and stuff. So it will be difficult because we will not be playing the same team. We will be going for different options. I guess Igalo will start instead of Martial, and there will be the regular FA Cup team that we have played. I think we'll play that team this time as well. But then let's see how it goes on.
It will definitely be a high scoring game because both of the defenses have more than enough.
They're going to concede left, right, center, both the teams.
Yeah. This is the game that has less chance to go to
extra time. But still Man United has De Gea and we have Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Yeah, you have 2 managers in the team, so don't worry about it. They'll come up with something good. So
I don't have it.
So I think these 2 matches are going to be brilliant. I'm going to look forward to it as there is no German action left in Bundesliga. Both are ours, sadly, and that makes it boring too. But then
PSG is playing, you will have the same feel, man.
Yeah.
PSG is playing, you will have the same feel.
They has some team 9-0 in a friendly.
Then 7-0 last year.
Yeah. So guys, this has been a good session. I think for the viewers, you got to meet Nilakash, a guest for today, and we thank him for being here. And we'll come up with more. We'll come up with more than one a week, and we'll talk about Indian football. Definitely, we'll talk about it soon. And then we'll be, please follow us in our social media handles and do share it with your friends, as this is basically a clubhouse. We don't do any professional looking, or we don't keep it formal. We are just informal. It's just like you're sitting with your buddies in a tea shop and you're just talking about football. This is how we roll in the football clubhouse. So till then, we'll see you in the next one.